Allergic conditions are among the most common medical conditions in the U.S., according to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. More than 100 million Americans are impacted each year, and it seems like seasonal allergies have become a year-long suffering. Dr. Shad Marvasti explains how our changing climate is impacting our health.
Depending on what part of the country you're in, you're going to see atypical growth of different vegetation, pollen, flowering plants, and because of that, you may see things that are out of season, typically present with more allergens. And so, whereas before you see a kind of set allergy period, depending on the presence of certain pollens or other allergens in the atmosphere, if now things are kind of sporadic throughout the year because of the changing weather patterns, you're going to kind of see that intermittently throughout the year and not necessarily in a predictable pattern.
Dr. Marvasti says the symptoms of allergies are pretty clear.
So some of the most common symptoms that I see are watery, itchy eyes, runny nose, nasal congestion, maybe a little bit of a postnasal drip, scratchy throat, not really painful throat, no fever, no chills. Those aren't really typical. And then sometimes you'll also get itchiness or rashes, also associated with certain allergies, but most of the seasonal allergies that we see are more of the upper respiratory congestion.
Dr. Marvasti explains there are things you can do to deal with allergies like over-the-counter medications and nasal sprays. But if you prefer more natural remedies, there is also hope for you.
Sometimes you can actually get away with just nasal saline irrigation or doing a nasal spray that only has saline in it. Because that moistens the area and it's a natural antiseptic because of the salt in the saline solution. If you're going to do nasal irrigation like a neti pot, you always want to make sure to use distilled water. So making sure to clean surfaces regularly, vacuum regularly. Obviously carpet is going to be more allergenic than tile or wood floors, so making sure to clean carpet adequately is really important. So you actually want to use a good HEPA filter in your house, and that actually helps to reduce allergens pretty significantly. And there's a number of studies that have been done with when you use these air purifying systems, you actually find a reduction in allergy symptoms.
You may want to look at the foods on your plate for an added lifeline.
The name of the game here is inflammation, right? So and an allergy is an inflammatory response. I think any kind of anti-inflammatory diet like the Mediterranean diet, which is high in fruits, vegetables, healthy sources of fat like avocados, extra virgin olive oil, wild seafood, all of these will reduce inflammation. And even taking supplements like omega-3 fish oil can reduce inflammation, or eating wild seafood that can lessen allergy symptoms. Green tea is another one, as it's a natural source of antihistamines and can help to reduce allergic reactions as well.
Despite the changing weather and potentially year-long allergies, Dr. Marvasti says there is hope.
I think just being open to using all the different tools that we have available to address allergies, and if you can kind of look at all of those and try to identify the triggers, then you can definitely keep control of it.